Alrighty, cool. So let me just get this kind of in place right here. What's up, Kelly? How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? Oh, look, the chat's actually working great today. Ooh, look at how saucy the chat looks on the screen too. Oh man, I'm digging it. I'm digging it. What's up, Ian? How's it going? Let me get this focus. There you go. Cool. I think that looks good. What's up, Air Todd? What's up, Cicero? Hello, hello. So here we have the panel for today, right? It's obviously white. I have our main character here that you can either tell what it is or you can't, but I'm gonna cover it. And so we'll do the usual first person to guess who this panel is for gets free stencil off the Mike's brush. So I'm gonna try to purposely keep this covered. You can kind of tell what it is, but the title of as always is a good hint. So all I'm gonna do is tack this down real quick. I'm gonna spray in with a little bit of gray just to kind of give us a good imprint of the brick layers. But then I'm gonna remove that. We're gonna come and kind of fill in all the little grout areas or like the in between the bricks. And then we're gonna lay the stencil back down, and then we'll focus in on the bricks. And yeah, it's gonna probably be a long stream again. I think I could get the whole thing done most of the way anyway in one shot. So we're gonna try to go for that. And you know what? I forgot. Oh no, wait, it's right there. I did get it. Let me get my water real quick. Water to drink. Okay. So got all these airbrushes rinsed out yesterday. Looking really good. And so I'm gonna mix up some gray here, and I'm gonna mix up quite a bit because we're also gonna end up using it for the main design too. So Taz, no, it's not Taz. I'm doing good, Ian. What's up, Ronnie? My day's going good. It's going good. I just got back from the post office, got all the stencil orders sent out. Yeah, good day so far. So again, I'm gonna mix up quite a bit of this gray because I am gonna need gray, and we're gonna leave this in this airbrush so that when we start building the main character, we'll have the gray ready. Also, big hint. What's up, Gerardo? ¿Qué onda, amigo? ¿Qué rollo? ¿Qué pasa, mi gente? What's up, 88 Katana? How's it going? Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo. Cheers, Ian. Mine, I hope. Cheers. ¿Qué pasa, güey? ¿Qué onda? ¿Qué rollo? ¿Qué rollo con el hoyo? ¿Qué hay de nuevo? What's up, Matt? How's it going? Yeah, that looks a lot cleaner on the chat on the screen, doesn't it? That looks really nice. I like that. And it's off to the side, under the camera and everything. It looks good. Métele pintura, me tires en ándale, ahí voy, mira, aquí estoy mezclando pintura ya. Ya vamos, estamos listos. So it's just a nice light gray, right? Really light. We're not doing anything kind of heavy yet. And all I'm gonna do is just kind of lay in a quick little imprint, right? It's just a quick little spray over the stencil, just to give us the imprint of the bricks. And then we're gonna move the stencil around and make sure we just have all those areas where we're gonna need the grout coverage covered. So we got that. See, we got those marked off right there. I didn't want them too heavy. It's perfect. So all we do is move the stencil over, line it up with that other one. You see, line up the holes here, and then we just tack that down in place. Simple. All right. Working on a bagger, 21 parts to paint. Ooh, fun. So I'm just gonna continue marking these in here. Do nothing too heavy, just a quick little spray over, because we're gonna lay the gray in heavy once we're done kind of marking this off. Magnets are fun. And then we can just line this back up over here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to create a brick wall, and then we're going to make it look like our character's kind of busting out of that wall. So, yeah. It's that simple in spray. All I'm doing is giving myself a quick little imprint real quick of these bricks, and then we're gonna go from there. And you'll see why I'm doing this in just a sec. Alright, so now we want to do the other side. So I see I have the big magnet in the middle. That's holding my design just so it doesn't move at all. I got the big magnet just holding it down, so I could flip this over and I don't have to worry too much. So we're going to tack this down on the bottom side. Just simple like this. Nothing crazy. Continue to imprint across the bottom. Boom. Come back in 2 hours, there will be magic. Ryno. Gotta run out for your bits. See you later if you're still on. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be on for a while, so have a good one, Kelly. Thanks for stopping in. Alright, so here I can see the brick right there. Line it up this side and that side. Oh. That's good. Quick little impression of it. Boom. Right on. Cool. So we can set that aside for now. We can take our panel, flip it back over. What's up, Derek Coleman? What's up, HS Rivera? What's up, Blue? How's it going? Come back in 2 hours. There will be magic. Yep. It's a Ryno, but you have to say his name. Otherwise, yeah. If you just joined the chat, again, if you're first person to guess who this panel is for, you know, I'm hooking you up, free stencil off the Mike's brush. Anyway, now we have our all our bricks kind of marked off, right? So all I'm gonna do is use that same gray that I've been using to mark it off, and I'm just gonna kind of go over those areas with the gray. Nothing too crazy, right? But I'm just gonna kind of go over them, and we want to gray them out first. And then I'm going to show you guys a neat little trick to just give these a little extra detail. because even though it's just the center of the bricks, like, you can make it look really good. Just a few little tricks. So I believe I'm like almost officially ready for California. I know we have everything else. I just need to finish the panels. I even bought a new microphone. We bought some new mounts and stuff to be able to get some good shots. So yeah, hopefully there's lots of opportunities to get some cool little videos, some cool shots. I'll try to get you guys the whole Airbrush rendezvous experience as much as I can. Obviously, you won't be able to get hands-on, but it'll be, you know, you'll be able to know what to expect. Oh, it's wrong way. Cool. Ryan Templeton, yes, Blue got it. So this one's for Ryno, obviously. Now, I don't know much about Ryno. I know he's been around for a while. He does good work. He's really good with the airbrush and then with some tape. So if you notice here in the picture, the Ryno here, which also has a mohawk because Ryan rocks a mohawk, which I just noticed in the pictures that he's been posting. So if you don't follow him too, make sure you look him up, Ryan Templeton. It'll come up. He's another amazing artist that's going to be instructing at the Airbrush Rendezvous here coming next month. And again, I don't know much about him, but I heard his name and I was just like, cling, instantly. I went and I did a little research on his page, looked up a few pictures and stuff, and kind of got some information on him, and then yeah, we're rolling with that. So here I have my Eclipse, and I'm going to mix up some black in this Eclipse. So yeah, obviously we got a Ryno, we got the tape, we got the airbrush, and then we're going to give this Ryno a tattoo going down his arm here, his big muscular arm, because I did notice Ryno looks like, he looks like they call him Ryno for a reason, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm going to make sure to give him, you know, on his nice muscular arms, which is kind of also to represent him. But he has a company called Blasted, which is, I guess, you know, his airbrush company where he does his airbrushing. So it's called Blasted by Ryno. Or I think the website was called blastedbyair.com or something like that. So we're going to make it say Blasted going down the side. So Blue, just make sure you send me a message. I'll get you your stencils sent out. He was just on with Dave on a recent feed. Yeah, actually, if you watch those Coast Airbrush feeds, he's like always on the feed with Dave. So yeah, and then he's gonna be teaching alongside Scott McKay at the Airbrush Rendezvous. And again, I've had a lot of people like ask like, what is this Airbrush Rendezvous? Who are these people? What are you doing? And yeah, if you don't know like all these people, like I know there's a lot of young people that watch the channel and look up to me, and they're like, oh, you're so amazing. Well, when I was your age, and I looked at the magazines because there was no YouTube, so you had to look at the magazines and stuff. These guys I'm doing panels for, well, some of them, and I can't say for all of them, but some of them, like these are the guys that I looked up to. Dave's been around for a long time. A lot of these guys have been around for quite a while, so yeah, it's just a way of like paying homage to the old cats, and also for you guys to extend the knowledge. So you guys might not be aware of all these artists, so making a panel and just kind of having some fun with it as well as shading a light on them. And then I'm trying to find my little I might have to make another one. Yeah, I might as well make another one instead of just searching around like a dummy. I need a blade. So I'm going to do the same effect like we did for the stars, right? So all I'm gonna do, again, I'll show you guys this time again. I have a little piece of, the stencil material, let's say plastic. I'm gonna take the black paper off of it, like that, right? Just a little piece of plastic. All I'm gonna do is do like a hot dog bend. Right, little hot dog bend. Boom. Right? And then on like one end, I'm gonna do like a triangle bend, right? So it's gonna kind of bend back. Right, boom. Now all I want to do is I'm gonna take my black that I've mixed up here. Got to meet Ryno in Vegas. Nice, nice. Up here in northern Colorado. Doing a little green fire on some Harley bags today. Trick my truck. Cool. Nice, Donnie. Nice, nice, nice. Airbrush Action Magazine. Those were the days. Terry Hill doing his show to Airbrush t-shirts. Yeah, that's... Back then, that's what I really liked seeing, was all the t-shirt stuff, because that's obviously what I've been doing. So all I'm going to do is take this little thing, hug it onto the tip of my airbrush like this, right? And then I'm going to use it to basically spray speckles right over all them grout areas. Right? And I'm not pulling very far back on the trigger. I'm just letting that paint kind of build up. I don't need it to go everywhere. I'm just kind of being controlled with it in those little spots. Right? Just make sure you get it all. And that's just going to give the little mortar in between, or the grout, or whatever you want to call it, in between the bricks, that extra little pizzazz, you know. Now the reason we're able to do this now and implement this method is because the wicked opaques are like amazing. Their coverage is good. So even covering these little speckles, and even if it doesn't cover it very good on the brick, it's just gonna look even nicer. So we're gonna use that little trick to get all them little speckles into the grout. See that all over? Boom. Same trick as we used for the stars, just a different way, and they're using it in a different way. Episodes of Pimp My Ride, etc. Yeah, like I've said before, I don't watch a whole lot of TV, so it's kind of that thing where I've probably seen them in videos and stuff, because you know how people like chop up clips and do it and stuff, but I don't watch TV like that, so but I was also trying to make these panels kind of more according to their persona and stuff, and watching them on TV, you're not really gonna get that. You're gonna kind of hear it's gonna be chopped up and edited. I don't know. Anyway, distractions. Now we could put our stencil back. Let this dry up real good. Make sure those speckles are dry. We're gonna line this back up right over those mortar spots. Take some more magnetism here. What's up, James Melton? Got a few Ryno stencils. You driving out, Mike? That's a lot of panels you're moving out there. Yeah, I'm driving out there. So we're making like, well, I keep saying we, but I should say my wife is making like a whole vacation out of it, and she's going down, and we're gonna be going down to Legoland. Like I said, it's Violet's birthday on the 10th, and the Luminor class doesn't start till the 11th. But I plan to drop all these off at Coast Airbrush on the 9th, which is when I'll be there. And then then I'll show back up on the 11th after I've had my mini one-day vacation with Violet, celebrating her birthday. And then go from there. Better get back at it. Parts not going to sand themselves. Yeah, exactly, dude. Get to working. You're using Wicked Candy on your bags today. Nice. Nice, nice. Yeah, so I actually, a lot of these panels over here, once I get this one done, I could lay clear today, and then I'll be able to get the candy panels, that if you follow on Instagram, you'll see the little preview of those or whatever, but you'll be able to see those over on Instagram. So, I'm going to mix up 2 different colors for this. I'm going to start with a nice red. And I'm just going to take the Wicked Opaque Red, and we're just going to reduce it down just a little bit just to let it flow, but we do want it to keep coverage, so not a whole lot. Just mix up a good amount actually, because we're going to need to cover all of these. Right, and we're going to start off with this red. And then we're going to mix up kind of like a more maroon color. And then we'll use our texture stencil to lay some texture over this. And yeah. Trying to fly with all that would be expensive. Yeah. Especially because it's steel, so it's probably going to be a good, 50 pounds of steel. If it was aluminum, it'd be lighter, but it is steel, so there is that. All right, so let me get some paper real quick, just so I don't get overspray. Will it matter? Yeah, it'll matter. Let me just get a couple pieces of paper here. Onto the stencil, just so we don't get overspray in areas that we're not working on right away. The stencil's not really being held down by anything besides the magnets, and then all we're going to do is slowly kind of build in the inside of these bricks here. Using the red, so just nice easy passes, we don't have to go heavy right away. Get a little finger action in there. Going to go back and build it up. That second coat's really just going to cover any of the black or anything that shows through. Just a nice good little coverage there. Boom. Boom. Nothing too crazy. What's up, Toby? How's it going? We do have the ventilation going, so let that dry for just a sec while I mix up my next color, which is just going to be more slightly kind of maroony darker red. So I'm going to take some opaque red. Start with some opaque red. Then I'm going to throw in a drop or two of purple. Just going to tone it to maroon. And then we're going to add one slight drop, just one smidge of black which is really going to make it just a nice dark maroony red. There we go, let that all kind of work its way in there. Then we shake, and then we shake. What's up, Hinamahi? Do you use plotter or lazy cutting for stencil? I currently have the plotter, but I struggle to cut solvent-resistant materials. So I use both. I have a laser cutter and a plotter that I've been using. Right on. So just shaking this up. Then I'm just gonna take. I like the texture stencil off of the skull stencil number 2, right? So that's the one I'm going to use. I'm just going to use that skull stencil number 2 texture. And we're going to kind of go around and lay this in. Seeing that color there is kind of more of a dark maroony red. I'm just going to take this stencil and we're going to start working it around. Careful not to get it stuck onto the other one. See that? Just those little brick marks all over. Oh, see? Try not to get it stuck, and then I get it stuck. Like I said, none of that's actually being held by anything, just the magnets. Get out of there. There we go. There it went again. Alright. So hopefully you do a better job of keeping your stencil in place than I do. Alrighty. Maybe if I use more than just 3 magnets, but I'm not too wary, it's working out just great. Now we're going to do the same speckle, kind of technique with the black. And we're just going to add a little bit of speckling around with our handy dandy speckle machine, Okay, I have comments and no video. Aww. Hey Toby, too early for hosers. Woo! Alright, so just same little, and we're just gonna lay it in. Just a little bit here or there, not too much. We don't want to drown out anything. Alright, just quick little specks over. That makes it a lot easier to focus. And then if you want to add cracks in, or any kind of shadows here at this point, it's just really nice to do so because you have the nice edge of the stencil there. And we can just go through and just do this whole shebang here. Right? So we just add that nice little deformations and stuff. This is some rough brick. It's been through some stuff, you know what I'm saying? This is that in the hood brick. Bam. Throw just a little bit of darkness on some of them. Just a little bit of darkness. There you go. Then we can remove this. Right now we can move it. You see now that area there. Oh, that brick wall, baby. That brick wall, baby. Now we can move over to this side. And then just to switch it up, what we could do, just kind of flip this over. This paper off first. Gotta take our magnet there, boom. Trying to make sure it's straight. Alright. Now let's use more than 3 magnets so it actually stays in place. Sweet. That sounds like a great idea. This magnet out of the way. There you go. That way that can lay flat. Go. There you go, governor. Boom. There we go. Now we can put our masking back in place just so we don't get overspray all over the place, right? That's all this is for. Alrighty. Same process. We start with the red. And give it a couple coats. I kind of missed the mark on these, but I think it'll be okay. I just wanted to be just straight with this one over here, so it's alright. It's alright. We still got a lot of that speckling and stuff in there, so. Kelly, I was calling you a hoser. It's late somewhere. Yeah, exactly. I decided not to call in sick. Hi, Mike. I made it. Welcome, Breaker Leg. How's it going? I love the way you think, Luke. That's funny. Well, hopefully I got those good enough because, yeah. If not, we're going to have to go back and figure something out to add speckling onto the grout. But we'll see. We'll see what it looks like. Wipe this one off. What could cause bubble back in the paint cup? It's a Neo. So anytime you have stuff in the paint cup or bubbles, it's usually a problem at the nozzle. But hard to say without having the airbrush in my hand, so all I can say is good luck to you, sir. The Neos are famous for having a weak nozzle too. If you take it apart and you put it back together, if you over tighten that nozzle, it's real possible to break it. So. It's an Iwata product, so if you have any issues, again, if you reach out to Coast Airbrush, I know they offer repairs and service, so if you have any further questions on how to get it fixed, I would just give them a call. I know they get on phone calls with people all the time. So. A clogged tip, yeah, even just freaking dry tip could cause it if you're not careful, if you let it build up and stuff. You know, so people constantly see me wiping the tip of the airbrush. That's why, it's a dry tip. And the finer the detail, the smaller the dry tip will bother you. So if you're painting something big, a little bit of dry tip might not even matter, because you just keep spraying and it'll just break off, and then it'll just become part of the painting. Like when you're doing shirts and stuff, sometimes the dry tip, like, you don't even notice it, right? Unless you're trying to get the fine writing and stuff. But if you're just doing the blue on a background or whatever, it's not really that big of an issue. But as you want to start getting finer and doing other stuff, even the slightest, just the littlest bit of dry tip will cause the most annoying day for you. So. That's just the way it is. Just the tiniest little dry tip. Check the O-ring behind the nozzle base. Paint could be built up on the needle. Yeah. Just the whole front end, I would check it, because that's usually what's the problem. But on a Neo, yeah. Like I said, they're notorious for breaking the nozzles. If you took it apart and you cleaned it or something. I know people over tighten those nozzles all the time. So, just gotta be careful. So everything is machined so precise and stuff nowadays too, so it's just like, you don't really want to over torque anything down. You just want to be real gentle with your stuff. Cool. I think the proper word is gentle but firm. You want to be careful with your stuff, but you also want to make sure it's snug, it's secure. Where did it go? I just seen it fall. I know I seen it fall. Where did it go? There it is. Yeah. I want to go to the coast and see what's what. Wanted to go to the Ryno, but conflicting schedule. Yeah, like I've said too, if you ever get a chance to go to one of these, I'd recommend it. It's something that I've never ever had the chance to do till now, right? the stars have never aligned for me to be in that position to be like, I'm gonna go take, you know, classes. I kind of, you know, I've been busy doing shirts for the past however long, and once I started doing shirts, I really had no interest. I had lost, like, you know, interest on doing other stuff. I was like, shirts is just where I'm at. But over the past year, obviously, my interest has regained. I got my mojo back, as Austin Powers would say. And my artistic interests have peaked, and there's just stuff I want to do, that I want to paint. And you know, luckily, because of everything I did over the Corona time, we're able to get some cool. I'm able to just take the projects I want. I don't have to scrounge for money, and we'll be able to push the channel forward, push up the quality of the videos, and you know, I could take some classes and educate myself a little bit further, and also learn about some new products, because that's what I'm going to go do. I'm going to go learn about the Luminor, so we can bring some Luminor videos up to this channel. And I really wish I had a easier name to say. Luminor. It just still doesn't roll off my tongue the way I would want it to. Luminor. I feel like I gotta practice that. Luminor. What's your car painted with? It's painted with Luminor. Don't mind me, I'm just a Mexican trying to figure out English words. Alright, you always look, I look always when you make a stream. I see you from Germany. Right on, Udo. Greetings to you, sir. Right back from Pueblo, Colorado to Germany. Right back to you. Oh, wrong shade. It's alright. Actually, that looks pretty good. I might just throw some of that over everything when I'm done. Sometimes they're just happy accidents that happen for a reason. So yeah, that little section of brick with that little gray splatter on it looks pretty darn good, not gonna lie. It looks a little bit nice. But we'll see. Let's do this last section of brick, and then we could do kind of the cutout area of him breaking through. We'll do some shadowing, some highlights, and then we can move on to the main character. The main shebang of the show, you know? This is all the front liners, you know what I'm saying? We got to get to the headliner, but to get to that, you know, you got to watch all the beginner fights and all the opening acts, as they say. This is the opening act right here, the background. Again, if you want to get yourself this brick stencil kit here, it comes with the actual bricks layout, and it comes with a texture stencil that's actually designed to go with the bricks. You could go to mikesbrush.com. Available right now. If you use code YouTube, you get 15% off your order. And yeah, that's all in appreciation of you guys helping me get to 30,000 subs and keeping this show rocking and rolling. So yeah, appreciate you guys. And if you guys want some nice, good stencils, go ahead and order yourself some. Alrighty. Shameless self-plug. Hey bro, if I don't plug it, who's gonna plug it? Nobody will plug it for me. I gotta do it myself, man. That is the best way, Mike. You're preparing the epoxy to cast and create a surface to airbrush. All right, Simone, I'm watching. Congrats on 30K. Yeah. Thank you. I mean, it ain't. I mean, I don't know what. Like, I don't want to make it seem like it's not that big of an accomplishment, but it was not certainly something that I had like really put a lot of thought of. And yeah, I don't really get anything for it or anything like that, but it's just a nice mark that, you know, to show that the channel is growing. And yeah, honestly, in YouTube terms, 30,000 is very, very small. Our channel is still very, very small. So, but I appreciate each and every one of you. Even though we're a small little community, it's just been fun this past year growing the channel the way we did, doing all the panels and doing all the vehicles and all the art, and just kind of growing from there, getting all new equipment and stuff that's been happening over the past year. Yeah, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Like 30,000 subs, but the way you guys show the love has been very strong. So to me, it feels like I hit 1,000,000. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't change it for the world. So yeah, that was a wild ride. All of you that have been here through the past year, like that were watching all the streams and saw everything that happened, and how we kind of were doing the shirts, and I was just kind of just, you know, I was doing YouTube, but I wasn't taking it so serious. I was just kind of uploading videos here and there. Live streaming wasn't really a thing, you know, and it really took off this last year. I was doing live streams kind of just sporadically. We were doing the how-to airbrush live streams, you know, but once we actually had all that time just to sit down, and there was nowhere for me to be and do stuff, and I started doing the vehicles and trying to get into the videos and stuff, I learned a whole lot, did a whole lot, and now we're going to take all that and push forward in this next year. Push myself, push everything just kind of forward, so we don't stay stagnant, right? I don't want to just keep making the same videos over and over. That's boring to me. Even if they got a million views every day, and it was just like, you know, candy paint with skulls. It would be so mind numbing that I would just eventually you would notice that, oh, his heart's not in it no more. And it'd be true. Like I wouldn't even be able to fight you. Like, yeah. So yeah, your channel is just fine. Thank you, thank you. Even though you are a transplant. Alright, cool. Thank you guys, thank you guys. I just got in here and you're doing Ren and Stimpy voices. Thank you for all your hard work creating a family of artists. Yeah, yeah. I'm new here. First time I saw you was the HD stencils review. Yeah. Yeah. HD stencils, yeah, this whole past year it was just open the opportunities with HD stencils, and, you know, Createx reached out, and, you know, we've had open communication with them for a while, and, you know, there's no telling where the next year is really going to take us, so I'm just super, super excited to see what everything happens. And even if nothing happens and it's just me painting panels here in my garage and just having fun, like, the fact that I could do that is super awesome. So you know, before it was not like that. I definitely had to hustle and grind, and I'm still gonna hustle and grind, but just different. Not the same. I'm gonna make sure, you know, for one, my work is valued, even down to sanding and prepping, because yeah, that could take a lot of time sometimes, and yeah. I'm gonna make sure I paint what I want to paint. No more just like, you know, random stuff all the time. So, luckily though, I like to paint just about everything, right? Once I'm holding an airbrush, like, you know, boom. But I'm just like, I'm talking about giving it my own little style, flair, whatever it is. I don't want to just be like, you know, And the fact that I'll be able to say no when people want, like, oh, could do me more skulls, you know, a skull on my fender, and I'll be able to be like, nah, you know, unless you got like, I'll be able to genuinely not be interested and be like, nah, you know, like, I'm down to do your skull. Be like what? How are we gonna make your skull special? Come to me with a special skull, and I'm down. That's all I'm gonna say, right? Not like I'm not gonna do skulls. I'm just, you know, I'll be able to be more selective on what skulls I want to do. So I'm just splattering some of this gray kind of around, just to create a little bit of a. Once we dropped it in on this side, it actually looks pretty good, and it's actually looking pretty good now. Just so that there's a little bit of a contrast in the back there. I don't know how well you can see that on screen, but what is it? What is it? Everything went off at once. What is it? Oh, okay. So my daughter just got her LED lights for her car, and today is cruise night. So she's asking if I'm going to be able to get her lights in before we go cruising, and it's like, oh yeah. After my stream, I'll get on your lights. What's up, Benny? First time I've seen you live, but always seen the videos. How many times are you live in a week? Love your work. So, yeah, lately there's been a lot of lives. I've been going live all the time, and you know, I'm just trying to push through all these panels. Right, so that's the main reason I've been kind of doing a lot of extra lives lately. For no other reason than that. Once I get back from California, we'll probably get back on a once a week schedule again. It'll be one live stream a week, and then along with that, I'm also going to set up a video schedule. So, and I'm going to really try to actually like stick to it, and try to bring you guys interesting videos. And I'm going to shoot for once a week because I do want to spend the time to make nice videos and have time to edit them, add music, sound effects, anything I need to add, you know, reference pictures into the video or anything like that. Yeah. And then I was also thinking doing another like Skull Squad exclusive, just like what we did with the HD stencils. But this time it's going to just be like a Mike's Brush kind of exclusive, so anybody who might be interested in that, make sure you're part of the Skull Squad. We send you, like the HD stencils, we sent out a free stencil to everybody, and that's probably what I'm going to do again. So, you know, anybody who signs up at a certain tier and that messages me will get a, you know, a stencil and probably a whole kit. I'm thinking of doing a whole kit. You know, it'll include the panel, the stencil, everything, and then we'll go through it live, and it might even be a two-parter, right? So we might start it on one day, and I'll go through all the steps, and then I'll leave it up for a couple days so that you can kind of catch up, right? So that you can take your time and do it however you want, and then I'll come back in a couple days. We'll go live again on that same panel, and you know, we can finish it up together. And then that video will also only stay live for Skull Squad members. So, you know, even though if you watch the live stream live, obviously even if you're not a Skull Squad member, you'll be able to watch, you'll be able to comment and everything. But once it's over, you know, only Skull Squad members will be able to interact with the video. So, you guys can cruise? Yeah. So right now I'm just laying in a little bit of gray. I'm just kind of toning down some of the grout areas and just kind of giving it a more, just in general, kind of a little bit softer, you know? And then I'm just kind of giving it some air to dry. So what I want to add here is some break-offs. So I want to make it look like it's broken on this side, and then kind of broken, kind of maybe a little bit coming back here, and then maybe just a little bit going around this way. We're going to make it look like his body is in the wall, but he's like reaching out of the wall and holding his airbrush and his tapes like he's ready get going, you know what I'm saying? So in order to do that, I'm just gonna take some tape, and all I'm gonna do is take a bunch of tape edges. You see, like the edge of the tape here, and I'm gonna build up the broken wall edge using the edges there. So you don't want them all to match, and then you see how they're ripped and they have that little like fraying on this edge. And even if you want to kind of take a little extra and just keep ripping it, and just lay them a little bit offset off of each other so they're not just like perfectly straight, because that would just defeat the purpose. So maybe you want to, you know, create little endpoints, I guess. And you just kind of put some ripped up, frayed up tape going around. Just a quick little tip there on that one. I mean, you could just, you know, if I had like FBS gold mask, I guess I could mask this whole back off, right? And then just cut in my my design. But this is the old school way. This is the way we've been doing it. Right? So you're gonna get that edge that's kind of all frayed up there. And we're just gonna keep building it all the way. Different emojis available to subscribers. Yeah, so if you're a member, you get different emojis. And all you gotta do to become a member is, right, if you're watching over on YouTube, underneath the video somewhere, there will be a button that says join. You can just click on that button and it'll explain everything to you. There's different tiers, and yeah. Right, so now we have that whole edge, so now I'm just going to lay tape over the back side, right, so in order to mask all that off there. Bam. Bam, son. Now let's do the other side. Break it up. So we're going to come off of like his ear right here. And we're just going to start building it up. And then I want to bring this one out over past his arm a little bit. Right up in here. Yeah, and if you're a Skull Squad member too, there might be a bunch of Airbrush Rendezvous behind the scenes posts up on there for you. I am going to be sharing some stuff on social media, of course, obviously. But for you guys that are on the Skull Squad, you guys can be expecting some special behind the scenes type of action. Or it, you know, you might see it there first. That's all I'm gonna say. Alrighty, so now we can back mask all of this. I'm going to Coast? Yeah. I'll be at the rendezvous. I'm going as a student though. But if you're there, make sure you just say, hey, what's up, Mike? What's up? And I'll be like, yo, what's up? One of my subscribers is here. And I'll be able to flaunt it to everybody. Like, look. One of my subscribers is here. He knows who I am. I mean, it's already going to be pretty awesome. A couple of the artists, I already I don't really know them, but I've already kind of had some talks with, and whatever. So it's at least I won't be completely shunned out by myself. I won't have to sit in the corner like a kid that did something wrong. So all I'm doing is laying some masking tape again so that we can cover all this back area. I said hello to Mike. Oh, what's up, Stephen Ward? How's it going? I just started seeing your I just seen your name. Sorry. Dan, wish it wasn't so far away. Yeah, sorry, bro. You and me both, because if it was closer, they'd probably get sick of me. No doubt I would have been at Coast Airbrush every day if I grew up around it. Being there fucking with them, just to fuck with them. How's it going, guys? Brought you guys some donuts. What's it going, guys? You gotta get your foot in the door somehow, you know what I'm saying? So if you live out there and you want to learn and you haven't reached out to them and try to like take a class at least and just do your best, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun. Like I say. And if anything, I'm gonna come back with Luminor. We're gonna do some panels here, and that'll be fun in itself. So, looking to see, just learn everything as much as I can. And meeting everybody is always gonna be fun too. I've never ever met so many artists at one time. Usually it's like I meet a guy that runs into me somewhere. Hey, I recognize you. Hey, how's it going? But this time, like a lot of these people are, they've been around forever, so. Alright, so now we got the whole wall masked off there. And so we're going to airbrush in just some black. We're just going to kind of black it out. Just so it contrasts nice against the figure. Build it in. I do want full coverage though, so I'm building it in a little bit heavy. Then I'm gonna let it dry a little bit. Come back and give it a second coat. You're sure it will be lit? Ah, that's funny. I see what you did there. You're giving me some bright ideas. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to have it in my hands to try it out, just to see, the project that they have us do in the class, because the whole class involves around doing a project. So I can't wait to see what they have us do, and then just taking what I learned from there, and just being able to come home. And for sure, we're gonna start off by doing some panels, like just straight up. I really don't have any plan for reopening commissions right away. I'm just kind of gonna let people start asking questions, and when anytime anybody asks, I'm just gonna tell only level 10 stuff. And if you want it done, it's gonna be a certain price, and that's what it's gonna be, and that's what it's gonna be. And if you don't want it, we don't have to do it, and we can just move on with our lives. And yeah, a lot of the stuff I'll be painting too. When I get back, just know that when I get back, a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be painting will be available and for sale too. And unless I say otherwise, unless I say, oh, this painting is for somebody, and you just see me painting a panel, by all means, reach out and be like, yo, how much for that? Or make an offer on it, which is more what I would prefer is make a serious offer. Obviously, if you say, hey, I'll give you $5 for it, I'm just going to block your ass. But if any serious offers, I'll really, really consider them. Because I'd rather they go to like people that are going to enjoy them and stuff. So sitting in the background of my videos is not really going to do me any justice either. Alrighty. Alright. So now I want to unmask it, but I don't want to remove the character stencil just yet. I want it to stay right in place so that we can put a little bit of a drop shadow on the character here on some of these pieces. So get that off of there. It's a weird concept, but looks awesome. What is a weird concept? What do you mean? This painting? I suppose. A rhino holding an airbrush and some fine line tape busting through a wall. Ready to airbrush your stuff, I guess. The Kool-Aid man of rhinoceroses. Of airbrushes, right? Alrighty. So we got that all unmasked. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that same black and I'm just going to lay in a little drop shadow just on this guy. Right here. Nothing too heavy or anything like that, just a nice little. Do that on the tape right there. And then maybe coming off this. Just a little bit. Boom. Boom. Alright, and then I made sure to put in light gray on all these stuff here. Make sure I don't forget his hand over here. Mark that off. Alrighty. Put that compressor outside. No. That sounds like a bad idea. It'll get stolen, it'll get rained on, lots of no. That's a no. We keep the compressor inside the shop. Thank you very much, sir. Besides, I never met an airbrush artist that ain't know what a little compressor sound like. Boom. Now we have our character ready. Our whole area right there. Look at that. Brick wall and the whole shebang. Oochie wally wally. Oochie bang bang. Alright. So now on this particular guy, I don't even think we need to do that much masking. I'm going to mask off, I think, the airbrush here. Maybe his eye. And the teeth? I don't even think we need to mask the teeth. I don't know. I don't think we need to mask any of that off. But I'm going to put the back mask back on just so we keep the background nice and clean. This will give us a little bit of a shield right on the edge of our character here, just to make sure that he doesn't, that we don't get all kinds of overspray on the background. We want to make sure to hold this down. We want to make sure to hold it down, you know? Oh, Luminor looks like a weird concept. Oh yeah. That's why I'm taking the class, my guy, because I also have my questions and my doubts. But hopefully we could take the class and hopefully I come back with some knowledge. I come back enlightened. And yeah, I'm able to say to you guys that Luminor is awesome and stuff when I get back. Hopefully this class solves more questions than it raises. Alright, so I'm just trying to get all this masked off here in these areas. Boom. These magnets will hold it down, you know? Holding it down. You guys hold it down? It's all good, not like it goes on too often. Haha, enlightened. Oh my god, you guys, the Luminor puns are gonna get, they're gonna get lit. I'm sure there's some very bright individuals already looking for Alright, that'll kind of hold that in place here. And I wish I hadn't crumpled up all that paper, because now I could use it again. I could have reused it. I don't think we need to mask off much farther than that. I'm just gonna lay another one just to be safe. But we're gonna try to keep our work inside the Rhino just nice and clean, so we shouldn't need this whole much of masking for the overspray, but just to be safe, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna mask off these areas up in here that are already painted, because we don't want that to get oversprayed. Want it to stay nice and crispy, crispity crunchity, you know. cut this out. Very gently run the blade over. Bam. And then cut this out. Alrighty, so we got that masked off. I honestly don't think we need to mask anything else off besides that. Even this airbrush up here, I think we can get there and we can work with the shields and it'll be okay. So I'm just going to take that gray that we initially started with, right? The same gray that we've been using. And we're going to start with that. All I'm going to do is add some reducer. Make it spray out a little smoother, a little finer. So we're going to shake this up. And then we'll get started on the main event. Bienvenidos todos al espectacular, grande aerógrafo artista que vamos a estar pintando hoy. El rinoceronte de el rinoceronte de Ryno Templeton. Solamente hoy. Disponible en pay-per-view. Vamos a seguir hoy. I'm sure you're going to have a bunch of bright ideas once you start working with it. A flame job on a bike fuel tank with the light flickering would look cool. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So hopefully, yeah. Hopefully we're able to use it to create some really awesome effects. So I'm just going to start in with my shield here. Nothing too crazy, and we're just going to start building in the shape of the rhino here. And obviously some muscles right away. Some músculos. Unos músculos. Right? We're just going to kind of work our way with the shield first. Just get these nice little indentions in, do a freehand around shading. And this gray is really light, so even though you'll be able to see it, we're still going to be able to like mix up a darker gray and go over it without too much of an issue. So all I want to do is kind of create the shapes of all his muscles and stuff kind of here. Obviously rhinos kind of have like a rough skin, so we're gonna create some texture on the skin to really just kind of make it all kind of work together. This is when the magic happens, you know what I'm saying? This is when it goes from, oh, you're just using a stencil, to be like, oh man, he's making it happen. building it up real light, and then I'm gonna come back in with some darker gray and maybe some more texture tones and stuff, kind of up in here. This light gray is just a nice little base of operations, if you will. Que come de pollo loco para crear fantásticas ilustraciones. Bienvenidos hoy a Enlace en Vivo presentado por Pollo Loco, donde el único y gran pintor aerografista Mike Brush va a pintar un rinoceronte para el gran Ryno Templeton. Otra vez patrocinado por Pollo Loco. Mantén tu peso con Pollo Loco, cómete todo el pollo. Que no se te olvide. Buenas tardes, Adrián. Tu español es muy bueno, gracias. La verdad que no lo es, pero lo intento lo mejor que puedo. Oh man, do I want to tape? I think I'm gonna back tape the rolls of tape, and we'll get those colored in. So I'm gonna not worry about getting overspray on them too much, because I'm just gonna come back and we'll do one green and one blue, and that'll look good on that. So see me get overspray over the tapes, it's quite all right. We're just gonna come back and cover them. So I'm gonna kind of just base this out real quick. Base out the airbrush real quick. But I'm probably gonna not fully detail that out. I'll probably end up doing that on my own time, because that's probably the part that's going to end up taking the longest. Just because it's going to be chrome and stuff, so I'm going to try to get all the finger action and stuff again so I can back mask that, and we'll just focus on the airbrush. But right now I'm just focused on the Ryno. I want to get the Ryno gun. That way I could go out some lunch and the Ryno will be finished. For some dinner or whatever it is. So I'm just going with this flame stencil because all I want to do is create edges at this point. I'm not really trying to create any kind of super definition yet. It's just kind of creating all the edges, you know. The edge of the lips, the edge of the mouth, the edge of the teeth, whatever it is. As we come back, we'll be able to kind of get all those things in there. Good on this edger for now. We've got all the kind of the main shadow points in. Just using the light gray to kind of blend down stuff. Cool. So now I'm just going to go ahead and use my texture stencil. And even at the very bottom level, at the lightest of gray, we're going to start adding texture in. As I said, like the rhino's skin is going to be rough, right? Now, I don't know about the Ryan Templeton skin, but this rhino, like rhinos in general, their skin is kind of drier, harder skin. Trying to make sure I come in here and add that texture in. Just something like that, nothing too crazy. We are still going to layer in more. Give a little flare to the hair here. A little flare to the hair, oh yeah. Alrighty. I'm gonna do is tone this down. More darker. What's up, Rogelio? Should get D-Taco when you're done. I'm down. Only if we could go wash the cars first. Ah! Wait. I have to put Isabel's lights in when I'm done. You should go get us D-Taco and bring it home so we could have. I'm almost done. I'd say like another 30 minutes or so. And I'm going to cut the stream. Because that'll make 2 hours, I believe, right? We went live at 12, right? Yeah? You should go get it and then bring it to us. And then we could go wash the cars together after I'm done doing Isabel's car. Because she's going to need to wash her car too. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Boy has it all figured out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You just have to agree to go get the food. An hour and a half, yeah. So another 30 minutes will make 2 hours. Not that I'm on like a time schedule or anything, but just trying to make it worth it for you guys watching. And we're almost at a good stopping point anyway, like I said. Focusing in the Rhino, we'll get all the Rhino in. And then, you know, I'll come back on my own time, do the tape, the airbrush, and little final details. As always, if you want to make sure you catch up on the finished picture and stuff, make sure you follow us on social media. Like how I know Blue is. Blue follows me everywhere. Blue's a top fan. Are you a top fan? I don't know, because Blue's on it, man. We post something, Blue likes it. That's all I know. I'm not a fan. It's 5:30 a.m. Oh my god, you're up early, bro. I hope you're having a coffee. I know that's what I'd be doing 5:30 in the morning. Even though I've been drinking a lot less coffee nowadays. Because Jess leaves so freaking early that she doesn't have a chance to make me coffee. And I really like the way she makes the coffee because it's like so delicious. And no matter how hard I try to make it, the way she makes it, it never tastes the same. So she leaves so early that I don't even get a coffee. So you'd be building too many beach houses. You don't have time to play with your airbrush. So sad. Beach house, cool. I agree, man. It's a sad story. So depressing. Having to build beach houses. I hope you live in one too, because then it'd be really depressing having to go in there and build beach houses that you'll never ever get to have a part of. Hopefully though you're cool with like your customers, so they at least invite you to the beach parties, you know? That's all I gotta say. So all I'm doing is I just tinted down the gray. I added like a drop of black, which is enough to change the gray, right, to a darker gray. And I'm just going in, it's just cutting in, right, with the stencil, using any edge to sharpen any edge. And then using the freehand to really kind of reiterate the shading and stuff. As well as getting just a little bit more detailed this time around. You'll see me add the wrinkles, you see me add kind of a little bit more shading and shadows, definition to it. And that's kind of all I'm doing is with this darker gray, is just kind of going back and reinforcing what we did with the light gray and just adding some darker tones in there. Just a little bit more detail with a little bit darker tone, you know. Then we're going to tone it down one more time and do the same thing all over again until we're all the way at black. You haven't slept, oh my god. After every houses, the owners usually test out the new grills. Cool. See, it's now starting to take all shape. Starting to really look good. I'm just building it up little by little with the dark gray. I got them kind of all these hard lines in, so all I'm doing is kind of going back in with some freehand to just extend some of that detail and the shadows around. Nothing too crazy, but again, we want to add more detail than the first layer had, and I want to make sure it's in there nice. Online courses with small classes. Yeah, so that's what we were talking about earlier with the Skull Squad stuff. If you're a part of the Skull Squad and you want, you know, like how we did the HD stencils kind of live lesson for everybody. We'll be doing more of those with the Skull Squad going forward. But yeah, I don't really online courses are not really my shebang, because it's hard to portray a lot of stuff over the internet. I would be more interested in doing a lot more in-person teaching than I would over the internet, just because it's hard to explain some stuff or to show some stuff over the internet. That and the way people, like, I can't see you, you know, most of the times, so it makes it really hard to do classes. I'd be more open to in-person learning type stuff, but we are going to do some stuff like that for the Skull Squad. So, yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that. Again, it'll all be once we get back from Cali, so if you're not a member of the Skull Squad right now, no worries. I'll make an announcement to let everybody know what's going to be happening, what I'm going to be doing, when it's going to go down, if it's going to go down, how it's going to go down, all that stuff. So don't get too ahead of yourselves, guys. We're going one step at a time, you know what I'm saying? You know, everybody gets excited and they just want to rush off to the races, but I'm just kind of, at this point, I'm slowing things down. We're at the finish line, you know what I'm saying? We just gotta kind of make sure we make it to the finish line, you know? If you blow your motor in the final laps, you know what I'm saying, it ain't gonna be worth a squat. Just slow and steady it in, and make sure you just keep ahead and keep the pace. You're good. You don't wanna floor it on the final laps, even though, you know, just because. It don't make no sense. You're gonna blow your shit, and you might end up losing it. And losing it right on the finish line is the worst way to lose. You'll be happy to spend the money. Skull Squad and rate, what range? So it'll just be like the what is the $5? I think this is the Stencil Master and higher. So it'll just be $5, just like last time. But the whole thing is that if I get a lot of you involved, right, then it consolidates itself. So already with the amount of members and stuff, it'll probably pay for the materials anyway. So I'm not really concerned about that. But the more people that sign up, for sure, it starts becoming more profitable to me. But I'm not really looking to make too much money off of that. It's kind of more of just a showing back the appreciation of Skull Squad members. Right. Gotta show the love back. So now with this color, I'm just kind of working around, extending the shading, adding more detail. I'm just down 45 by Tiki Island. Cool. You ordered tacos? Nice, nice, nice. From D Taco, or am I getting substandard tacos? Huh? These are crucial questions right now. Substandard tacos, man. D Taco has me looking at tacos a whole different way, not gonna lie. Anybody ever comes and visits, that's where I'm gonna take you to eat. Just so you know, heads up. I hope you like tacos. And yeah, even though they do tacos different, they're more like artisanal tacos. They're not like your typical street tacos or something like that. They're really, really good. Like it's all prepped on your plate where you just pick it up and eat it, and it's delicious. You don't have to add no salsa or nothing. Just everything's already on it. You just grab it and eat. You can order online for pickup? Oh, hell yeah. For €5, I'll teach you how to turn on the compressor. Oh, man, that's rough. Those are premium rates, man. $5 for knowledge I give away for free. That's rough, man. Alright. So again, I'm just kind of basing in the Ryno here. So I'm not going to detail in this airbrush and stuff. I'm kind of focusing on the background. So I'll come back and backmask the airbrush and the tapes and stuff once we got everything kind of in there. So then the skull stencil number 2 has this crazy edge, right? So I'm going to use this crazy edge, and we're going to kind of build this horns up. dude. Isn't it weird that rhinoceroses have horns though? And like elephants have tusks and stuff? I just think it's strange. It's like one of those crazy things in life. Like an alligator is scary for sure. But imagine if an alligator had fucking horns. That would be a scarier alligator. Like not too many animals have horns and stuff. Goats and stuff, but like those are not very, aggressive creatures. You get a rhinoceros or something like that, where it's already big. You put a horn on it and it's like, oh, that's a scary thing. Once the guy who follows my YouTube channel contacts me, new compressor didn't work after 40 minutes on the phone. The problem was that he hadn't connected it to the electricity. Oh my god, bro. What? What? Yep. So the reason, like, one of the Skull Squad tiers is like getting on the phone with me or like having a video chat or whatever, and I charge for that, right? So anybody who's ever called me and wanting some advice, you know right away that I'm like, yo, go sign up for the Skull Squad and then drop me a comment or contact me that way. I don't really like getting on the phone with somebody who's not part of the Skull Squad. And the reason is it's your guys' own fault, right? But I had somebody call me one time, right? And before I used to just, I wouldn't mind sitting there on the phone with you for, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, giving you some advice. But what happened? So I had a guy call me once, and he's asking me questions about the Iwata eclipse. Back before I did my review on it and stuff, but I still had some here. And he called and started asking me about questions about the eclipse and this and that. He's like, well, what do I, my nozzle, this, and I was just like, all right, cool. I was answering the questions. And then I eventually, he was just kind of going on with the questions and stuff. And I eventually just asked him, I was like, yo, so what is it you're trying to do with your airbrush? And this motherfucker hurt, like, without missing a beat. Just plain everyday voice, like if he was the one doing right. Goes, I haven't bought my airbrush yet. I was just trying to get some information. 30 minutes of my life I'll never get back. And who knows if that guy even bought an airbrush. Never even tried it yet. Nothing. Just, yesterday, not such a didn't really bother me yesterday, but I got a call yesterday too. It was about magnets. Where'd you get your magnets? And I was just like, yo, I just ordered them on Amazon. He goes, oh, it's because I dropped you some comments, but you never answered them. And I said, when did you drop the comments? I was like, I'm not on YouTube all the time, so when I see the comment, I'll check it. So after I got off the phone call with him, I told him I got him on Amazon, blah, 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 what to look for. Then I go and check the YouTube, right? Like, oh, well, he said he dropped some comments. Maybe I missed some comments there or something. 5 minutes. 5 minutes, guy. He dropped 2 comments, and he waited a whole 5 minutes before calling me. And like, how come you haven't answered my comment? So like, yeah, I love you guys, but some of you guys, are a little bit much. Not gonna lie. Most of you are totally fine, but You know, and you guys understand why I am the way I am, but some of you guys just don't even understand. Priceless. Yeah. Uh, uh, our friend gave me gave him my number. Got pissed off because he gave my number around. Yeah, exactly. My number's free on the internet, right? Like people, and that's how people find me, bro. And like that guy that called me about the magnets, it's like the 5 minutes that he probably used. Like he dropped the comment, then he was like, "Well, how do I get a hold of him right now?" Went on my website and found my number and called me and stuff. But like, if he would have just typed into Google like types of magnets, strong magnets, red, for 5 minutes, then he could have used that knowledge, gone over on Amazon, typed in the specific magnet that he wanted, according to the strength, and he could have been up and running, bro. But like, yeah, that's kind of why I don't like getting on the phone with you guys and stuff, is because sometimes some of you guys is just too much. That guy that hadn't bought his airbrush yet though, that one was the one that just, it put me over the edge, bro. Because I was trying to paint and stuff, but then I was like, oh, I'm just gonna take a break, be nice, answer the questions, and just try to help this guy out. And then some people want the answers handed to them so they don't have to do their due diligence. The blacklist on the smartphone. Yeah. Oof. Yeah, man. Some people are just, you know. Again, I'm not talking about everybody or nothing like that. I'm not naming anybody specifically, but most of you guys, I love you. Most of you guys are awesome. You guys understand. You guys value my free time. You guys don't try to kill my free time. A lot of you send me messages and you're like very respectful. Like, hey, I know you're busy, but can you answer this for me? Stuff like that. Those I kind of appreciate. And then I had a guy call me the other day too. This is like a couple weeks ago. And he starts off by saying, "Yo, man, I love your channel, huge fan, this and that." Goes on about saying how great my art is, this and that. And I'm just like, cool, yeah, thank you for watching. Like, I don't know what to say at that point when people are just like going off and off about my art. Like, I don't know what to say. I'm like, honestly, like, it's very humbling, right? So it already threw me off guard. And then he goes, I'm painting some shirts. What paint would you recommend I use for the shirts? And instantly, like, all that love I was feeling and everything, and it just turned to anger. Like, instant, bro. Instant. All that, I was like, oh, this guy's awesome. Oh, I'm glad he watches the videos, and I like having fans and stuff. And then instantly it was like, this guy's a fucking asshole. Like, oh, I just couldn't. And then I just told him, nah, bro, like, I was real with him. I told him I appreciate everything he said, but just by your question, I could tell you don't actually watch the videos, and you're not a fan of my channel, right? And I said, anybody who's watched any of my videos would know that I recommend Createx. And then You know, I went further than that and I said anybody that watches my videos closely would know that I recommend the Createx original line for any type of shirts and stuff. I said I really appreciate your call and kind words, you know, and I said I hope you have a good day, you know, and I said please don't call me again with any more questions, and I hung up the phone. Yeah. But yeah, it was like that whole thing where it's like, man, if you're gonna shower me with, you know, at least do a little bit of research, you know. And again, it was that whole thing where if he would have just typed in which Createx to use, he would have not got one, but 2 videos of mine where I explain which Createx you should use. Also, he probably would have got the video that's from Createx where Chris Arpin and them, you know, explain to you which one to use and why. He could have also found out, you know, the Createx Tech website. Like, man, it's just so much stuff. Like nowadays, it's so easy, man, and I think that's what makes me frustrated too. Is that when I was learning, there was no source of information like there is now. Right now, there's the internet, there's videos, there's all kinds of stuff. You know, I had to learn out of a goddamn book. I had to ask serious questions to artists that were already established in person, right? Like, I couldn't just, like, let me send them an email and stuff. Like, no, in person or like, if I sent a letter, like, yeah, sure, they're going to send a letter back. Like, no, that doesn't really happen. So, yeah, I think that's why it gets me even more frustrated when people like that kind of get to me. Eventually there's going to be a day too where there's going to be people that grew up with YouTube, and there's going to be the next new source of knowledge or whatever, you know, whatever the next YouTube is, and then they're going to be like, you know, I remember having to learn from YouTube, and you guys got it easy now because you guys could just go on, you know, whatever, and it's all right there fed to you in a spoon. It's all, you know, you just have to do your research. I had to learn from YouTube. Like, it's on the screen in the corner. Yeah, exactly, dude. Like, oh man. That's all I gotta say is, oh man. Yeah, that's kind of why I don't. When it's a customer, I take the call, I answer, I try to provide all information. When it's one of you guys, it's like, man, that call better be good. It better be darn good. You better have my interest right away, or otherwise I'm gonna be like, hey man, I got stuff to do. Thank you for all the support. I got something to do. Talk to you later. You know? Yeah, like, I don't even know what started this rant, but but here we are on this rant. So I'm gonna keep going till the tacos get here, and then we're gonna call it a day. Said, I know you got my letters. I wrote the address on them perfectly. Love, Stan. Yeah, exactly. That kind of whole situation. It's like, bro, like. Yo, and I'm just a small little YouTuber with 30,000 subs. I can't just imagine like how famous people do it, bro. Like, how do they do it? Just with that many people just on you at all times. Like, just following your every single move and stuff and just wanting to know everything. Obviously, it's a little different because you guys are trying to take my knowledge and trying to take what I know, and apply it to whatever your project is. But imagine a famous person where just like they just every poop, everything they do is just like, ugh. That has to be exhausting, bro. That really has to be exhausting. Even if you like it, it has to be exhausting. Like it has to just be work to just constantly make sure that everybody feels loved. That's work. Alrighty. Is this one for Ryno Templeton? Yes. It's raining? Oh my gosh. I thought it was getting humid in here, but I didn't realize it was raining. Ugh. Ugh. This weather has just been all over the place. Yeah, this one is for Ryan Templeton. Ryno Templeton. No, his name is Ryan. Ryan Templeton. This one's for him. Obviously, they call him Ryno. So that's why we made a Ryno. And yeah, we're just doing all the skin work. Just trying to get all the skin to look cool. Give it that nice, harsh kind of look, but also kind of cool. Alright, and last but not least, I'm just going to take some black. It's thundering and pouring. Oh my god. Skids! Oh yeah. If I lived close enough to a big parking lot, I totally would. But yeah, there's really no place around here where I could do skids safely without, getting in trouble. Just a little bit of black on some of these spots. All I'm doing is just gonna like deepen up the edges. You see, like just a little bit there, maybe right here, right on the crease, right there. We're just gonna take some black and we're gonna come right off of the stencil right there, right? And just kind of a little bit right there. Same thing on the bottom of this arm here, maybe just a little bit right there. And then we're also going to hit it going this way, just enough to give it a little bit of more depth right there. Bring it off of the stencil going that way. Bam! You see that? Just that little bit of right there. One shadow. Two shadow. We are counting shadows. Just get a nice little in there. Gonna add some more little wrinkles kind of up here. Just some more detail coming in. What's up? You didn't know Ryno's airbrushed? Oh yeah. This one airbrush is very good too. This one does some killer graphics. Tell you what, from what I've seen. Alright, hold up. I gotta switch this song. This song is killing vibes. It's a little too much electronica for me. There you go. That's coming better. It's coming out good. Yeah, it's getting there. Almost there. Going for food? Alright. I'm gonna wrap it up then. You guys heard her. She's getting the good tacos. I can't say no to tacos. So again, if you want to see kind of a preview and the finished results, make sure you follow me on social media. It's the same as the channel, just Mike's Brush. You just search for it on your favorite social media. I'm sure you'll find us. I'm not on TikTok though, so don't look for me on TikTok. You might find some other random kid with the name Mike's Brush just doing random stuff. Oh, come on, spit it out. Just spit it out, Yulia. Right on, David, thank you. Thank you, Rogelio. Gotta be around if I want to pick everyone's noodle and get the most out of everyone's knowledge. Yep. I will DM you on Facebook with my mailing info. Yeah. Let me know which stencil you want and where I can send it to you. And thank you for participating today in the chat. Thank you for hanging out. We're just about finished. Just Got a little bit of this head here left and some hair, and then we'll do that arm, and that'll be it for today. That'll be it for the stream, at least. I might come back out here later after tacos and, you know, kind of. Oh no, wait, I still have a lot of. Never mind, I won't be coming back out later. I have to put lights in a car, and yeah. Hopefully it doesn't rain on us, so we could actually go cruising. The last couple of weekends it's been raining, so I haven't even actually been able to get the car out or nothing. It's kind of lame. Also, the police were doing like a crackdown on racing, which I don't race, but it just sucks when there's a lot of police out. Makes the whole experience just a little bit, you know, less friendly because of the police. Not that everybody's doing anything wrong, you know what I'm saying, but the police, in my experience, they try to find something you're doing wrong, and that's what everybody kind of gets intimidated about. So they'll find something. Yeah, they probably will find something. What's up, Yvette? Going to have to rewind to watch it. Yeah, enjoy. You know, I'm not saying like that, or like their cops are bad or anything. They're not. They're just, I know they make a lot of people nervous. And if you're one of those street racers, man, just go to the fucking track. Like, we have a track here in town. You could drag race legally. All you need is a license, insurance on your car that you're supposed to have anyway. You could go. You could put money on it, bro. Go to the damn track. All of us just want to cruise our nice cars around. We want to admire everybody else's cars. Like, the track is there. It's not expensive to go. It's there. It's legal. You're not gonna get in trouble. If you get hurt, they literally come and help you. Like, I just don't get it. I know that if I wanted to race, that's where I'd be going. I'd be going to the track. So let's go check out the real competition. You want to be fast, then you got to be against the fastest, bro. Going fast against little fucking Mazdas and Acuras on the street is like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. And here in town, they race on a street called Northern, which is probably the worst street to race on. It's a residential street. Yeah, it has businesses and stuff on it, but it's like literally one of the worst streets to race on. And then it has, like, you know, there's lots of traffic always. There's lots of businesses on it. It's residential. There's houses on that street. And the street has, like, you know, it's built for snow. So there's all these, like, indentions for the water to roll through. So as you're trying to go fast, you know, your car's doing this. Worst street. It's literally the worst street to race on. Like, in no scenario would I ever want to go beyond the speed limit on that street as it is, because your car just like woo. If you go like 10 over the speed limit, it already feels like your car's gonna come off the street. So if you're going 100 or something like that, like, forget it, bro. And I know if you're in a Honda, it's like 100, you're like, woo, I'm going fast. But in my Camaro, bro, like 0 to 100, it's like 3 seconds, man, and I'm flying, bro. Like a real race on the freeway, like if I floor it, bro, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? If I hit the track, that Camaro like rips. You pull up to me in your little Honda, I don't even know what to do. I'm not intimidated, but I don't know if I should rev my engine back, because like, it just, I don't want to make you feel bad, for one, and for two, it's like, it's not even worth causing damage to my motor. Like, pretend like our cars are on the same level, because they're not. Unless I hear a little turbo, like, nah, like, you could just sit down. And like, if I was in Denver, like, I wouldn't even be talking, because a lot of the cars in Denver are like really nice, turboed up, nice Subarus and Evos and stuff. But around here in this town, bro, like, it's just like regular ass 4-cylinder Hondas with just, you know, a really mild engine swap, no turbo, no nothing. And it's just like, you pull up next to me, revving your little motor, bro, and it's just like, I don't know. If it's like that little Chihuahua barking at the big ass pit bull on the fence, and the pit bull's just kind of looking at the Chihuahua, going, like, I don't even know if you're serious. Because that's kind of how I feel when they pull up next to me and they be trying to race, and it's just like, nah. And the guys with the cars that probably could beat me, those guys don't even do that. They just like drive by, or they'll give me a thumbs up on the Camaro, you know, and keep on cruising. It's all the guys with the slow cars that are like, let's go, and it's, I'm good on that, bro. Early 2000s Suzuki, and I dust every nice sports car on the highway. You do 90 on the highway just to get to work. Yeah. It's different if you're just cruising or whatever, and like, yeah, if you're dusting sports cars, it's probably because they're probably not even trying. It's kind of how I feel on the Camaro. Like, people probably think I'm racing when I'm just driving, but that's because the Camaro is a sports car, and even if I'm just going normal, like, the acceleration and stuff is insane. Like, it's just, you know, I don't really have to press on the gas to go very fast, and I could get up to 100 just by cruising up to it, and it doesn't even feel like I'm going that fast. I don't know, it's different, bro. When I had my Malibu, like, it was, you know, that whole thing where you're going somewhere. Like, if I'm going up to Denver, I'd be cruising up at speed, you know, no big issue, but getting up to speed is a thing. And now with my car, it, like, gets up to speed and goes no problem. So anyway, I'm gonna stop it here. I'm gonna add some highlights and stuff here on my own, as well as some a little bit more detail, but wife is probably gonna be showing back up with tacos here soon, so I'm gonna go and get myself some tacos, get the cars ready for the cruise tonight and all that. But the put along, yeah, like, no, like, I like the sound, like, I do like the, you know, the sound, but just going around revving your motor at faster cars doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like, yeah, I don't know. It's just the whole thing. I could go on about that all day. I just wish they would just, if you want to race, go to the track. There's a freaking track in town. All you'll need is literally a license, insurance on your car. You could go race. And yeah, they'll take care of you if anything happens. You're in a safe environment. You know, if your car breaks down, you know, they have tow trucks. Like, everything is there for you to go race. You just have to go there to the proper place. The cops won't ticket you for going fast. Matter of fact, if you're there, you go fast, I guarantee you one of the cops gonna come up and give you a high five or tell you, damn, your car's nice. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of you guys' hair. That's as far as we made it today. I'm trying to give you guys a good look. But yeah, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna do a tattoo kind of going down here. We'll add some highlights onto it. I'll add some highlights onto the brick wall, you know, kind of going around there. We'll get the airbrush all detailed in. I mean, really, there's enough work. I could go live tomorrow if you guys want. If you guys are interested, I won't be able to work on this anymore today. So when we come back, it'll be just like this tomorrow when I come back in here. If you guys really want to watch that, I could come back live. But yeah. Anyway. And a loud ass engine, yeah. Reminds me of a Chihuahua. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I'll get out of you guys' hair. Hope you guys enjoyed that stream. We got all the brick wall. We got the really base picture in there. Now I just got to detail everything in, get the tapes detailed in, the line, everything, all the highlights. I probably will come back tomorrow since I'm going to be in here anyway. So yeah, make sure you keep an eye out for that. As always, thank you guys all for watching. I'll get out of here. Tacos I'm sure are inside already, so have a good night, everybody. Peace out.